Welcome to DEMOCREPUBLIX. We cover the real news that matter to we the people. The deep state is protecting their own. I'm going to be breaking down three articles by the Gateway Pundit pertaining to the deep state, Comey, Strzok, Page, and the usual suspects. Um, the first article by Gateway Pundit: by not prosecuting Crooked James Comey, the DOJ Inspector General sets the precedent for 35,000 FBI employees that leaking intel is okay for political reasons. On Thursday, the Department of Justice Inspector General released its report on the investigation of fired FBI Director James Comey. The report concluded James Comey violated department and FBI policies pertaining to the retention, handling, and dissemination of FBI records and information. The Comey report concluded that the fired FBI Director James Comey stole memos and kept them at his home. But FBI officials cleared Comey, saying the stolen documents did not contain classified material, only confidential material. But that shouldn't matter. You still can't take uh, that type of material and bring it home. It doesn't matter if it's confidential or not confidential or classified. You still can't take it out of FBI headquarters and bring it home. The article goes on to say that the agents who characterized the memos were deep state operative James Baker, Bill Priestep, and lovers Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. This is how the deep state operates. So they're protecting their own. So they made the material non-classified, so that in case something happens and they end up going to Comey, they can say, well, it's not classified information. This is the exact same thing they did with Hillary Clinton, but some of that material that she put on her servers were classified though, but some of them weren't, and it was supposed to be classified. But the article goes on to say that Comey was also given a pass for this outrageous lie. The fired FBI director was asked why he stole memos on his dinner meeting with President Trump in January 2017. Comey told the Inspector General he was meeting with Trump as a friend and human being, whatever that means, and not as the head of the FBI. Are you kidding me? As a friend? The DOJ IG bought it and gave James Comey a complete pass for lying numerous times. The IG set a dangerous precedent that was heard loud and clear. If you steal and leak intel documents, you'll not be prosecuted. This was reinforced by the DOJ's decision not to prosecute Crooked Hillary. President Trump retweeted this segment on Friday on Fox and Friends, and former CIA operative and Democrat strategist Brian Dean Wright told Steve Doocy the decision by the IG not to prosecute James Comey and other members of the coup to take down President Trump sets a precedent that if you leak classified or confidential intelligence information, you'll get off scot-free. And I'll leave that. It's a tweet, and I'll leave that in the description for you to look at for yourself. And the next article by Gateway Pundit, when Joe DeGeneva said John Durham and the FBI must interview Barack Obama under oath on FISA scandal and spying on Donald Trump. I mean, I'm not holding my breath. You know, I don't think this is gonna happen. They're not gonna interview Obama. But the article goes on to say the report concluded. They're talking about the IG report that James Comey violated Department and FBI policies pertaining to the retention, handling, and dissemination of FBI records. On Thursday night, Sean Hannity invited several experts on his program to discuss the report, including Tom Fenton, Greg Jarrett, Joe DeGeneva, and Victoria Townsend. Former U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Joe DeGeneva, told the panel tonight that former President Barack Obama must be interviewed. And Joe said that, I want to know when is Barack Obama going to be interviewed by John Durham and the FBI. And Sean Hannity said, do you believe that will happen? And Joe DeGeneva said, I believe it will. I believe it must. In fact, there's no way you can finish the investigation without interviewing the former president of the United States. because his national security advisor said, bingo, he was at the end of it. So, I mean, they have to interview. I agree they have to interview him. But just because they have to interview him don't mean they will. And we know throughout this whole thing, people that should be prosecutors is not being prosecuted. And people that make mistakes and accidentally tell lies, like General Flynn, he told a lie about a certain date or something like that, and they prosecuted him. But when you got big crimes, leaking information, nothing happens because you're part of the deep state. If you're part of the deep state, you're protected. In the last article by Gateway Pundit, unbelievable, corrupt deep state operative Strzok, Page, Baker, and Priestep clear Comey, ruled his stolen memos were not classified when they were. The Comey report concluded that fired FBI agent James Comey stole memos and kept them at his home. But the FBI officials cleared Comey, saying the stolen documents did not contain classified material, only confidential material. But confidential material, you're still not supposed to take out. Like I said earlier, you're still not supposed to bring it out. It doesn't matter if it's confidential or not. It's still FBI property. The agents who characterized the memos were deep state operatives James Baker, Bill Priestep, and lovers Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. This is how the deep state operates. Victoria Davis Hanson explained this unbelievable development in the Comey report. Victoria Davis said Jim Comey is high-fiving tonight because he said he wasn't indicted or he wasn't going to be referred for an indictment. Why wasn't he given that damning report by the Inspector General? And the reason he wasn't was the 7 memos of memorialized. The 7 memos he memorialized. These were private phone and person-to-person conversations with the president. He took 4 of them home and he used them as insurance, as an insurance policy in case something would happen, of course. When he was fired, he used them. He then said they were confidential and not classified. Well, who made that determination? Well, after it all blew up and the press blew up to the press, the FBI panicked and said they hadn't been classified or characterized as anything. Let's go back and look at them. And who were they? Who were the 4 people who looked at them? They were Bill Priestep, and we know he had gone to London 3 times, involved with Christopher Steele and British intelligence. There was James Baker, who we know was leaking to Mother Jones to get out the Steele dossier to the press before the election. And in an Orwellian sense, there was Lisa Page and Peter Strzok. No comment needed, she says, because we know we all read the text about how much they hated Trump and all this other stuff. Those 4 people, after the whole thing blew up, they got together and said, let's characterize these. Oh, the ones that Comey took home were determined, are confidential, are not felonious. And the ones he left behind, we will say, are classified, but he's not subject to criminal exposure because he didn't take those 3 home. And that's the same thing I was alluding to earlier. You got these guys, they purposely didn't classify them, so in case they come and raided his house and found the papers, you'd be like, look, this ain't classified material. You know, it's just and he kept it as a get out of jail free card. But we'll see what's gonna happen. I'm very pessimistic. I don't think he's gonna go to I don't think he's gonna be prosecuted. I don't think he's gonna go to jail. I've been pretty pessimistic from the beginning. But let me know what you think. Do you think he's going to be prosecuted, or you think he's going to get away scot-free like I believe? Leave your comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out DEMOCREPUBLIX.com for the latest in news. Until next time. We live in a Orwellian nightmare. We live in a Orwellian nightmare.